Hello, welcome back to another video. So today I thought we would just do some bookish stuff. I've got a journal to update, you know, shelves to reorganise, all that fun stuff. So I thought, you know, I'll bring you along with me and we can do some bookish things together. So I'm going to do this probably over the next couple of days or so, like today and tomorrow. But yeah, I've got a few little bits to do. First is, well, not first, but one of them is sort out my bookshelves. I've had them like that for about 6 weeks. They're currently in genre order and then like alphabetical from there. But I don't know, just I'm a bit bored of them, so I'm thinking about putting them in colour order. Apart from the book series will go like on the bottom shelf and I'll start backwards from there and then see what space we've got after them they've been put on. But I think I do kind of want it in colour order, so I'm going to try and do that the best I can, because some of the coloured spines I have are like obviously multicoloured spines or whatever, so I might have to do like a multicoloured spines and then block colours. But I don't know, that's the thing in my head anyway, so I will show you obviously as I'm going along. I need to update my reading journal, so I think I just need to add in the last two books that I finished in October and then do like an October monthly thing and make sure everything's filled in that way, and then start on my November one. So that'll be fun to do. I used to be really good at keeping up with doing my reading journal, but lately I just haven't been getting it out and doing it, and then I fall behind on it. But it is very nice when I do get up to date. Like, I have that sense of accomplishment. And then I thought I would just start off the video by going through a few books that I've purchased recently, not like physical form, in Kindle form, because I think I'm the last person to know about this, but I got I've had Amazon Prime for ages, but I keep like cancelling it and then getting them free trials and stuff. So I've got it at the moment, and I think I'm just going to keep it for a little while anyways, for like Christmas presents and things like that. But I didn't know that if you have Prime, you can literally type in on Amazon Prime, like books for Prime members, and you get free books. I had no idea, so I've been looking through some today and just like getting a few different ones because I think why not. And then I also got some from the Indivisible event that was on maybe a couple of weeks ago. It was Stuff Your Kindle Thriller Edition for that, so I got a few things then as well. So I'm just gonna, I thought I'll just tell you. I don't know what any of them are about. So I'll just tell you the titles of them, but they sound good, so I thought, well, why not just get them. One of the first ones I did get was A Cinnamon Falls Mystery. That was supposed to be my book club pick last month, but I haven't got around to reading it. It's story of my life. So that will just probably stay there, but I know I do want to read it soon, even though it's not going to feel like the right season anymore. But the second one comes out in February, I think, or something like that, and I'm going to want to read that one as well. So yeah, I'm going to read that one soon, hopefully. One book I did get, I'll put the pictures on screen so obviously you can see what I'm talking about, but one of the books I got was What Comes After by Karen Hahn. Again, I have no idea what these are about, so I'm kind of probably going to go into them blind. I just thought I'll tell you what I got recently. And then another one I got was Smiling Sam's Corn Maze by Stephanie Sissom, maybe I think you say it. And then I got Waking Up in Vegas by G.A. Rowney, Stranded at Night by Rebecca Dodson, Hit and Run by Maria Franklin, Her Last Breath by Stacey Claflin, The Warning by A.J. Wills, Whispering Rain by Jessica Lynn Sorensen, The Hospital by Ashley Began. And then I got a few, like these are the ones that I got on the Prime one. Well, no, actually I bought The Haunting on West Thames Street by Helen Pfeiffer. That is coming in a reading vlog soon. I bought The Spice Cocoa Cafe as well for like 99p by Harper Graham. And then the ones that I've got on Prime, I've got loads more to get because I'm just going through them. But the ones I've got so far are Nothing to See Here by Susan Lewis, You Killed Me First by John Mars, The Woman in the Cabin by Jessica Becca Day. Yeah, you'll see on the screen. We Begin at the End by Chris Whitaker, and Death at the Village Christmas Fair by Debbie Young. I wanted to start getting Christmas books soon because I have a lot of Christmas content coming up in December that I'm excited to do, but I want to get it all prepared and know what books I'm reading like in advance, so then I'm not rushing around trying to get all these books read like when realistically there's no way of doing that. So they're the books that I've got recently, and then I thought I would go through 5 books I want to finish or read before the end of the year. The end of the year is fast approaching, too quickly for my liking, I feel like. And even though I've got loads of planned reads, these are ones that have either been on my TBR for a while or have really like stood out to me where I'm like I just want to read them soon. But I feel like everyone is in the same boat, especially like, you know, if you've got certain books you need to read by certain times, is sometimes the books that you really want to read have to be put on the back burner because you've just got no time to read them. So yeah, I'll go through those. So we've got Legendary by Stephanie Garber. I really enjoy Caraval. I'm very picky with fantasy, but Caraval, like, I loved it. I was interested in as soon as the beginning started, and then yeah, it was really good. But the thing is, with book series, especially fantasy book series, I tend to not carry them on, and there's nothing there's no reason why I haven't carried on Legendary. It's just one of those things that I feel it's a big commitment. I know you can't see it very well because of the lighting, but it's a very big commitment, and I'm sort of like, I don't know if I want to be invested in those characters in case like they die or something, because in fantasy that can happen. Whereas when I'm reading them in romance books, I can read them more because I know they're less likely to die in them and they're going to show up in the other books as well. Because in romance series it's not always about the same characters, it's the same town but the characters jump into each book, whereas the fantasy ones are about the same characters all the way through. So yeah, but that is one that I would like to read by the end of the year, so hopefully I can get to that one. And then another one is How to Survive a Horror Movie by Scarlett Dunmore. This one I feel like has kind of gone past the thing of being the best time to read it, because obviously Halloween's over now, but yeah, I do still really want to read it. I think it just sounds very intriguing. I know there's a second one, and as I've said before, I do really enjoy YA books, so I think this would be a good quick read. It's like, it's quite, well, it's just a normal sized book, but I feel like I read YA a lot quicker, so that's another one on the list. And then we have A Room Full of Killers by Michael Wood. So this is one of the Matilda Dark novels. I'm not entirely sure if it's like the first one or whatever, but I read Stolen Children a while ago by this author and I loved it. It was a 5-star read for me. It was when I was getting back into reading, so I feel like Michael Wood was one of the first authors that I started reading and helped me progress my love for thriller books. So I thought I would try and read the other ones in the series. This one sounds quite good. I liked Matilda Dark in Stolen Children, but I think that's like the 8th or 9th in the series. But this says Starling House is home to some of Britain's deadliest teenagers still too young for prison. So when the latest arrival is found brutally murdered, Matilda Dark and her team investigate and discover a prison manager falling apart in a sabotaged security system. So I feel like if that's going to be like the sort of setting of the book, I'm going to really enjoy it. And I feel like that goes well for the winter vibes as well, like cozying up with a book under a blanket and either just creeping yourself out or not, I don't know. But that is another one on the list. And then we've got Coram House by Bailey Seibold. So I have spoke about this in another video, I think, but this one sounds very good. It's got the eerie vibes. It's about a true crime writer or podcaster, whatever. It's got like the isolated setting and it just sounds perfect. I wanted to read it maybe last month, but I just didn't get around to it. So this one is one of the high priority ones that I want to read. Again, it's another one that sounds like you can cozy up with it under a blanket and just really enjoy it. So I'm very excited to get to that one. That one is really intriguing to me, but I feel like I'm hyping it up too much in my head, and then I'm hoping it's not going to ruin it when I do read it. But either way. And then the final one is Catch or Death by Ravina Guron. So this has been on my TBR for about a year. I have spoke about this one as well in another video, I think, but this one is very winter coded, so I really want to read it in the winter months, which is obviously coming up. They're trapped in a mansion during a snowstorm, and obviously things go there. There's a killer in the mansion, there's a mystery to solve, that type of thing. This is also another YA book, so another one I can probably read quite quickly, but I feel like just the setting is going to be perfect, especially with the weather getting colder now. It'll just, yeah, just sounds absolutely perfect to me. So they are the 5 that I would like to try and read by the end of the year. I think the Michael Wood one, Catch a Death and Coram House, are more on my radar at the moment. The more the ones I'm drawn to in this like moment as I'm speaking to you, but that could all change, I don't know. So yeah, anyways, I've rambled on for too long. What I'm just gonna do, I'm gonna take everything off my bookshelves, give them a good dust down, and then we will just start putting the books into piles of their colour, and then I'll see where we go from there and sort of get them sorted out. But yeah, I will show you the process as much as I can along the way, and we'll just hopefully get them changed into whatever else so I don't get bored. But yeah, I will see you soon. Checking all the books out, so all these are my series. They'll be going on the bottom of the shelves, and then we've got like puzzle books, kind of purples, greens, blues, whites, reds. What colour is that on? Oh, more blue, pinks, gold, yellow, orange and black. So I was going to try and sort of like put the non-colours together. Why was that so hard for me to say? Put the multicoloured ones together, but then I was like, I don't really want to do that, so I've gone with it where I've put the multicoloured ones with their primary colour. So like, for example, this one could be orange or white. I'm gonna go for white. This one I've decided to put in pink because it's got like hints of pink, the same as like Cinnamon Falls Mystery and Bewitched have more pink in them. So that's what I've done, and then obviously my hardbacks are here, and then like the little things. So my empty bookcase now, but I'm going to clean it and then I'll start putting things on. Okay, so I have finished. Sorry if you can't see me very well, or the lighting's weird. Anyways, I have finished. You'll have seen some of them, but I couldn't get anything high enough to show the top shelf of what I was doing. But yeah, basically I'll go through. I think I'm happy with it, to be fair. I think it's turned out well. So yeah, I'll just show you, and then yeah, we'll just go with it. So I've changed the top of it and made it like, I've put some lights. Well, the lights were already on, but they weren't working, but now they are. So I've put like the little classic ones in my bag there, and then like those ones over there, and just changed the top, made it look a little bit less messy. And then we've got the bookmarks, all my bookmarks, my Kindle and Booklight. So we've started off with white. This is the hardest decisions to make, is what colour do you start off with. So I've started off with white, going into gold, going into yellow, going into orange, going into pink, going into red. I'll just stand back and you can see it all. Going into green, going into blue, and then black. And then at the bottom, obviously I've got my book series start there. I've sort of just had to clump them together, which I'm not entirely sure that I do like that bit, but it's the best that I could do. And then on the bottom shelf here we've got my little puzzle books, the rest of the series, and then my hardbacks. So I think I'm quite happy with that, to be fair. It's not taking me long to do. I needed to dust the shelves anyway, so I'm glad I've got that done. But yeah, I think I'm happy with it. And I feel like, one second, I feel like it's going to make it a lot easier to try and find books now in a way. I don't know why. I have no idea why, but I suppose like if I'm thinking, oh, I want this book and I know what colour spine it is, I know where to look on my shelf rather than what genre is it. But yeah, so they're all colour coordinated and then in alphabetical order of their title. So yes, let's just see how long we leave it at that for. But I'm going to leave the Bookish tasks for today. So all I've got left to do tomorrow really is update my book journal, which I'm excited to show you my updates. And yeah, and then soon we'll actually be starting to do my book journal for next year, which is crazy. I decided to make it myself this year. I thought that would be a fun idea, and I've got plenty of pages left in the back of the book that I'm in, so I'm probably just going to carry it on in the same book but a different year and like add different bits into it. But yeah, I will see you tomorrow and then we will fill out my book journal. So it's been a couple of days. I am actually going to do my reading journal later on today. I've just been very busy. But I just thought I'd show you 2 books that I ordered off Amazon the other day and they arrived, so I thought I'd show you them. The first one I got was Then She Vanishes by Claire Douglas. I am actually doing a video with this book and other Claire Douglas books that's coming out later in the month. And this was probably the last one that I needed. I was going to read it on Kindle, but then I thought, you know what, I'll just get the physical copy. I am obviously a big Claire Douglas fan, as you'll find out in that video that I'll be doing. But this one is about everything changed the night Flora Powell disappeared. Heather and Jess were best friends until the night Heather's sister vanished. Jess has never forgiven herself for the lie she told that night, and nor has Heather. But now Heather is accused of an awful crime, and Jess is forced to return to the sleepy seaside town where they grew up to ask the question she's avoided for so long. What really happened the night Flora disappeared? So I'm very excited for that one. I just love Claire Douglas's books. As I said in the video that you'll see, I've rated maybe 1 or 2 of them 4 stars and the rest have been 5 stars, so she's obviously my favourite author, a very author by author for me, so it made sense to get this one, and her new one is coming out in March as well. And then I picked up I picked up this one, Indigo Ridge, which is the first book in the Eden series. I have seen this a lot on people's like YouTubes and things. I don't see it too much where it's like deemed as very hyped to me, but I have seen it a lot and I'm quite intrigued by it. I thought it was a romance at first, but I think it's like a mixture of romance and mystery and all that, and small town vibes. But yeah, I'm excited to give it a go. I just hear very good things about it, and it's quite a short one, and obviously like it's a series as well, so hopefully if I get into it then I can read the rest of the series too. But this is about Quincy, who is a new chief of police and has to prove herself to the community. That means she has to earn favour with the Edens, but winning over the town's founding family might have been easier if not for her one-night stand with their oldest son Griffin. Sleeping with Griffin was a huge mistake. Winslow is determined to avoid him, but when a woman is found dead on Eden property, the two of them have no choice but to cross paths. As clues to the murder lead to one of Quincy's own, Griffin realises Winslow is more than he gave her credit for. Beautiful and intelligent, she proves hard to resist for him and the killer. So yeah, a bit of romance and a bit of mystery in there, I think, which is great. I think that's a good combination. So yeah, that is the other one I picked up as well. So I thought I'd just show you them two. And yeah, later on today we're going to do my reading journal because I don't actually know how much I've got to fill out. I don't think it's a lot. I think I'm semi up to date, but I want to get it filled out and then start planning. I don't think I'll do that in this video, but I want to start planning next year's one of what I want to add in, because I want to add different things in than what I've got this year, if that makes sense. But we'll go through it together later and I'll show you it all, and yeah, it'll be fun. So I'll show you my reading journal. Obviously this is it not filled out like up to date yet, but this is my reading log. It goes from here, sorry I've got the camera weird, but yeah, it goes from here to here all the way to the next page where I can read 100 books. Tell you what, I'll just put the camera and then a little quote. Then we've got my A to Z challenge, which I'm not doing the best with, but you know, it's fine, I'm getting there. And then we've got daily reading tracker, so I still need to obviously fill out all them, and then for November as well. And then these are when the review starts, so I've got loads of pages of reviews, TBRs, all that sort of stuff. So last time I updated was when I finished 2 Truths, 1 Lie. So I've got a couple of things to update. These are my reviews for October. Right there. Yeah, October reads, excuse the really bad drawings. And then I usually do a monthly roundup as well. So I'm going to fill this out and then I'll show you what I filled out once I've finished it. I've shown you some clips about what I was doing obviously, but I'll just quickly show you what I've done. So I've added the ones in that I didn't have, so from number 48 to 53, so I added those in, and then not ticked any off on my A to Z challenge. I filled in my days that I've read. I don't track the days that I read and I don't fill it out on the same day, so what I do is just go back through my reading entries and then it tells me. And then all the way through to here. Yeah, so they were already filled out, so I filled out this one, and then a couple of them there, and then I did my monthly roundup, my November reads, a little picture, and these are the 2 reviews and reads that I've got for November so far. So yeah, that is that finished. Sorry for the weird angle and the fact that I look like an egg. But yeah, that is the end of this video. I have finished doing my book stuff, so I've really enjoyed it. I do enjoy doing all my book stuff things anyway, it's just sometimes I can't be bothered. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please like, comment and subscribe, and then I'll see you next time for a new video. Bye.